Welcome back, everybody. Today we've got a project that I'm working on. You might recognize this big guy from some of my other posts that I've had as the Quantasaurus Rex. This one, I looked up, I had a good friend, shout out to my buddy Ben. I've had 3 of these sitting in storage for the last year or so. No way to really test them, no way to really check them out and see what's going on. But he hooked me up the other day. We've got a working controller for this guy. Issue I ran into, I'm not going to try and load this thing up with batteries. It takes 5-6 batteries. I got 3 of these. Okay, so this one in particular, don't really get anything from. No sound. This arm, the rotating blaster, fires constantly. What I'm looking for with this one, the other 2 I have sounds work perfect. No motion, no walking, no transforming, no blaster. We do have lights on the other 2. So what I'm going to attempt today is to tear into this one. Mostly, first thing, because our battery box, let's see if I can get a shot of this. The battery box for the Quantasaurus Rex is in the feet. So I'm going to try to start from the power source to find out, see if I can figure out, because this thing's got motors that power these wheels that work the legs. I am assuming it has one mounted somehow here in the gun. Actually, no, I'm wanting to say it has something mounted in here that turns the gun. We're going to find out anyways. I'm going to start tearing into this one. I do want to say there aren't many of these toys that, I like a challenge anyways. I'm not intimidated by much. This one's kind of intimidating. There is a lot to this piece. I've torn toys apart for years, but this is one I'm not looking forward to. There are a lot of screws, there are a lot of parts, but we're going to see if we can tear into this one. I'm actually going to do this in a time lapse. I'm not going to go through every little piece, but once I get it apart, that way you guys, because I know for a fact, like I said, I've got 3 of these. None of them work. It is a common thing with the Quantasaurus Rex for the actual motion parts and the legs, the transforming part of it, the blaster, they just quit working. I don't know about you. I want to figure out why. We may be able to fix these, may not, but regardless, I'm going to tear one of these apart and we're going to see what it looks like on the inside. guys, we got to make a little bit of a pit stop here on this one. That, and I can kind of give you an update on where we're at on disassembly. We got the leg covers pulled loose. I don't know if you can see it there. My lighting, it's really hard getting lighting on this thing. See the speaker back here on the back part. Like I said, we got the leg covers off. Doing all these screws up the back, it's basically a take everything apart to get into the insides. Went ahead and took the brackets for the head here loose. We've got the dyno head took loose, all these up the front, but we ran into an issue, and I was going to share with you what we got going on right here. I'm not sure if I can even get that on. Yeah, maybe so. Got one of the screws right here. I was a little worried about it. They look a little rusty. I don't know what the deal is, or something's been spilled on it. Anyways, the screw's soft. That one's stripped on us. I'm going to kind of show you what kind of a process I use on that. Usually when I get a head stripped like that, best thing to do is just actually take the entire head of the screw off. That way the panel will pop off. I'll try and show that if I can. Luckily, don't think I can. All the screws on this thing so far have been the same. What you're going to want to do, I've got my drill bit set here. What I look for is I try to size up the screw, get a drill bit that is just ever so slightly bigger than the screw head that I'm taking off. In this case, 5/32 drill bit. I'm going to take this and let's see. I can locate what I did with it. I have a my usual impact drill that I use for work. Basically, we're just going to shave the head off that thing. That way, when these two panels come apart, it'll just slide over the shaft of that screw. And once we get that off, I'll take a pair of pliers and just turn the screw the rest of the way out, because I can actually get a hold of something there. But just wanted to share with you, that's the process for that. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to do some intricate work here that I'm not going to be able to do some filming on, but I do want to give you an idea of what we got going on here. You can see a little bit of how complex this dude is. We come up, like I said, we've got our battery box down here. Wiring comes up through the leg here, goes into our main board, chip, whatever you want to call it here. From the looks of it, as best I can tell, most of our motor work is coming from either right here in the legs or in this central portion right here down towards the bottom of the torso. Like I said, we've got wires going up to the head. There's another The other IR sensor is in one of these torso pieces. We had the IR sensor in the top part. I'm not sure where that's at. I've got a mess here. But anyways, as I said, this is a little bit intimidating, but I do love a challenge. I'm hoping we can go through. I can maybe take a voltmeter and maybe do some cleaning and kind of figure out where. What I'm looking for is to find out when we have our batteries loaded up in this, when we have full juice, I want to figure out from this portion of the battery box where we're stopping at. If we're getting juice to the motors and they're just locked up, if we're not getting that, if there's something wrong here in the chip, or what I'm afraid of more than anything with the IR sensors, that something's not reading correctly. I do know that in the other ones that I have, the IR sensors, they're picking up. I'm getting the noise for the motion, but I'm just not getting anything mechanical. But like I said, I'm going to sort through this, do a little more demolishing. Hopefully get it all laid out on the table to where I can hook up batteries to it and basically test everything and see if I can get some motion out of the motors.